Welcome. This is your space to rest, to release, and to return to yourself. Let's begin with your breath. There's no need to change it. Just notice how it feels, where it moves, how gently it rises and falls. Breathe in. Breathe out. Again. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let each breath bring you home. Now gently bring your awareness to your body. If you're sitting, feel the ground beneath you. If you're lying down, feel the softness supporting you. Let your shoulders relax. Soften your jaw. Unclench your hands. Let gravity hold you. You don't have to hold yourself up anymore. With every breath out, feel a little more weight leave your body. You are safe to let go. If a thought comes up, simply notice it, as if it were a leaf floating down a stream. You don't need to follow it. Just return to the breath. You are not your thoughts. You are not your worries. You are the space that holds them, and the peace beneath them. Let each breath be a gentle release. Breathe in. Breathe out. You are here. You are already enough. Your breath is calm now. Your body is at rest. And as sleep gently approaches, let the Buddha's voice stay with you, to guide your heart through the night. When you get angry without even realizing it, whatever happened, whoever said what, no matter the situation, it's already past. What matters is this present moment. You are now on a path to understanding the wisdom of handling anger. We often get angry over a simple word. The other person may not have meant anything by it, but it cuts deep. We try to hold it in. But before we know it, our voice rises. And the words that come out end up wounding each other. And then we say, I didn't even realize I was angry. But did we really not know? Where did that emotion come from? What brought it forth? The Buddha taught, the mind precedes all things, it shapes them and brings them into being. When the mind is pure, joy follows like a shadow that never leaves. When the mind is disturbed, suffering follows. Anger doesn't appear out of nowhere. It's often the weight of accumulated emotions, buried deep within us, stirred by a single word or glance. The wise do not try to suppress anger. Instead, they look at it clearly and say, I see, I'm feeling anger right now. And just by noticing it, the emotion takes a step back. Marcus Aurelius once said, the most dangerous moment is when the inner self trembles. Calmness is a choice and a discipline. Being wise does not mean never feeling anger. It means choosing not to act on it. It means creating a small space between emotion and reaction. A space born from your breath. As you breathe in, say inwardly, I feel anger right now. As you breathe out, but I am not that anger. You are not your emotions. You are the one who sees them. When someone cuts you off in traffic, when your child ignores you again, when a loved one says something carelessly and it stings, you react like a reflex. But in that moment, take a single breath and ask yourself, am I reacting or am I choosing? That one question can change the course of your whole day. The Buddha also said, hatred does not cease by hatred. Only by loving kindness can it cease. The most powerful way to stop anger is compassion. Compassion for yourself. Compassion for the other person. And the understanding that this feeling too shall pass. The more you suppress anger, the larger it grows. The more you look at it, the smaller it becomes. When a single word sets you off, why do I get hurt so easily? Sometimes, a single comment from someone reaches deep into your chest and stirs something hot. You pretend it's fine on the outside, but inside, it builds. Until suddenly, it explodes. Why does one small word make us so angry? Because it touched something that already lived inside us. A wound, an insecurity, a tender place we hadn't healed. We react as though we were attacked. But was it truly an attack? Or was it our old pain responding? The Buddha said, one who knows oneself is not easily shaken by others' words. A wise person does not react to every sting. They see the wound and they choose differently. Nietzsche said, the strong do not react to attack. True strength is not numbness, but awareness. The heart that bruises easily often carries unmet needs. A desire for love, for recognition, for care. So when someone's words crack that longing, we defend with anger. But under anger, there is sorrow. Sometimes we dress our sadness in rage because it feels stronger. Right now, bring to mind a moment when someone's words hurt you. Gently revisit it. Then ask yourself, why did that hurt so much? What was it touching inside me? This isn't to blame yourself. This is the beginning of understanding. The beginning of freedom. You don't have to suppress your emotion. Just look at it and let it tell you its story. That's the first step to not being hurt so easily anymore. Why do I get angry more easily at people I love? We tend to lose our temper more easily with the people closest to us. Our children, our partners, our parents, our friends. Why is that? Because love creates expectation. And expectation, when unmet, turns into disappointment. Disappointment, left unchecked, becomes anger. I thought you understood me. I assumed you'd know what I need. I can't believe you said that to me. These are the thoughts that silently fuel our fire. The Buddha said, expectation is the root of disappointment. And disappointment is the door to suffering. When we expect, we tighten our grip on how things should be. When things deviate, we feel betrayed. But wise love is not control. Wise love sees clearly and lets go. True closeness is not about holding tight, but about being able to open our palms and still feel connected. So next time you feel anger rise towards someone you love, take a breath. Ask yourself, Am I reacting from love? Or am I trying to control? Sometimes the deepest love is learning to allow someone to be who they are and still choose compassion. When we let go of expectation, what remains is space, and within that space, trust can bloom. The anger that erupts after being suppressed. Sometimes we tell ourselves, I shouldn't get angry. So we hold it in. We stay quiet. We smile through it. We try to be the calm one. But inside, something is building. Anger doesn't disappear just because we hide it. It waits. It gathers. It grows heavy until one day, it bursts. A small mistake, a forgotten chore, a comment out of place, and suddenly, every unspoken feeling comes out at once. The Buddha said, a fire hidden under ash still burns. Suppressing anger is not the same as dissolving it. To manage it, we must first acknowledge it. Say to yourself, I am feeling this, and I want to understand why. When we push emotions down, they grow stronger. When we observe them, they soften. Ask yourself, am I truly okay, or just being silent? Silence isn't peace if your heart is still shouting inside. The wise do not fear anger. They do not drown in it either. They treat it as a visitor, one that has something to teach. Let the anger speak, not through shouting, but through attention. Let it show you what's hurt, what's been ignored, what needs care. True freedom comes not from holding it in, but from holding it kindly, with presence, until it dissolves. When anger keeps returning from the past. There are moments when something long gone suddenly rushes back into our hearts. A memory, a word, an old wound. And though the event is over, the anger feels fresh. It wakes you up at night. It plays over and over in your mind. Why can't we let it go? Because what passed still lives inside us, in the way we remember, in the way we attach to how things should have been. The Buddha said, let go of the past, let go of the future, and let go of the present. Then, with a free heart, you may cross over suffering. But letting go is not forgetting. It's not pretending. It's seeing it clearly. It's offering space so it no longer controls you. You are not your past. You are the one who remembers. And memory can become a tool for peace if held with compassion. Each time the memory returns, say to yourself, this happened. It hurt. And I have survived. And then breathe. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is the strength to choose peace over replaying pain. So when anger from the past rises, look at it gently and let it pass like a wave. You are here now, and now is a new moment. The guilt that follows anger. Sometimes, what hurts the most is not what was said to us, but what we said in anger. Regret creeps in. We wish we could rewind, take it back, soften the tone, hold our tongue. But what's done is done. The Buddha said, one who sees their own fault is wiser than one who finds fault in others. Regret can be a teacher, not a prison. Guilt appears when our actions disconnect from our deeper values. So the question becomes, can I respond differently next time? Not to punish ourselves, but to grow. Marcus Aurelius wrote, do not waste the rest of your life worrying about others' actions, or past mistakes. Focus only on what's in your power, your thoughts, your choices. You are not the anger that once took over you. You are the awareness that now watches it with compassion. Say to yourself, I am learning. I am trying. I am healing. Release the guilt. Keep the lesson. And when anger comes again, because you will meet it differently. This time with kindness, with wisdom, with the courage to pause and choose peace. When people use anger against you, sometimes it feels like someone is pushing our buttons on purpose. Their words sting. Their tone pierces. Their anger feels aimed directly at us. It's not always accidental. Some people use anger as a tool of control, a weapon of power. The Buddha said, "He who is not angry when others are angry saves both himself and the other." Not reacting isn't weakness. It's wisdom. Ask yourself, is this anger truly mine? Or am I being pulled into someone else's storm? You don't have to answer every attack. You don't have to join every argument. Silence can be strength. Stillness can be a shield. Seneca said, "To be provoked is a choice." You can choose not to be provoked. You can step out of the heat and stay in your calm. Take a breath. Feel your feet on the ground. Place one hand on your heart and return to your center. What the other says is their story. What you carry forward is yours. Let them keep their fire. You hold your peace. Not getting swept away by emotional waves. Some days, you feel like you're just keeping your head above water. Emotions surge, tumble, and crash. Joy, irritation, anxiety, anger, one of them stay long, but each can sweep you away. The Buddha taught, just as a solid rock is not moved by the wind, the wise are not shaken by praise or blame. What moves you most today? A word? A glance? A silence? You are not the wave. You are the ocean. Waves rise. They fall. Let them pass. Let them rise again. You, meanwhile, remain still beneath. Emotions are messengers, not masters. They want to be seen, not obeyed. Breathe through the rising. Exhale through the falling. This storm will pass. This emotion will fade. Return to your breath. Return to your depth. You are steady. You are vast. You are more than any moment of anger. Who really gets hurt when I get angry? When anger rises, it often feels justified. They were wrong. They crossed a line. They deserve to hear it. But once the wave passes, who is left hurting? You. Your heart. Your peace. The Buddha said, holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent to throw it. You are the one who gets burned. Anger seems powerful in the moment, but it can leave behind regret, distance, and damage. Epictetus wrote, "Anger always outlasts the hurt that caused it." Think about that. What are you carrying that's already over? Whose words are you still fighting in your mind? Anger doesn't make you strong. Clarity does. Compassion does. And strength is choosing what you pass on. If someone hands you fire, you can choose to offer water. If someone shouts, you can answer with silence. That is not weakness. It's deep inner strength. Before your next reaction, ask gently, who will this hurt? What will this change? And if the answer leads you back to yourself, then give yourself something better. Give yourself space. Give yourself breath. Give yourself peace. How the wise transform anger into compassion. Anger is not the enemy. It is a signal, a teacher. It tells us something needs to be seen. Something within us desires care. The Buddha said, just as rain penetrates a broken roof, so does anger enter an untrained mind. But he also said, hatred never ends through hatred. It ends only with love. The wise do not suppress anger. They welcome it with awareness. They pause. They observe. They listen. They say, anger, what pain are you protecting? What part of me needs healing? Marcus Aurelius called it mastery over the self. Not the self of pride, but the self of wisdom. To feel anger and still choose kindness, that is the path of true power. To pause in the heat, to soften in the tension, to offer compassion when it's hardest. That is the way of the wise. You can do this. You are already doing it. Each breath you take is a new chance to meet anger with presence. And when you do, it transforms. Not into silence, but into peace. Not into passivity, but into strength. Not into fear, but into love. The journey through anger. You have walked through 10 reflections. Moments of recognition. Moments of stillness. Moments of letting go. You have seen anger not as a flaw, but as a message. Not something to fear, but something to understand. Along the way, you've listened to the Buddha's voice, to the echoes of ancient wisdom, and perhaps most importantly, to your own breath. The journey of taming anger is not about never feeling it again. It's about noticing it sooner, holding it gently, choosing your response with care. This practice does not require perfection, only presence. The Buddha taught, a disciplined mind brings happiness. And discipline, in the way of emotion, means kindness. To pause, to breathe, to understand. You are not your reactions. You are the one who watches, who chooses, who grows. If anger returns tomorrow, that's okay. Now, you know how to meet it. With awareness, with compassion, with peace.